Thank you for listening to the Real Estate Real podcast. Here is your host, Adam Ashba.
All right, welcome to this episode of Real Estate Real podcast. I have a special guest today who's a near and dear friend of mine who has not only helped me out personally, but also professionally, bouncing ideas off each other in the industry, but is co-founder of Braun Mortgage Group in Sarasota, sunny Florida. Greg, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks for having me on, brother.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Well, tell me a little bit about Braun Mortgage Group and what do you guys do and what's your bread and butter?
So, great question. So, Braun Mortgage Group started at the beginning of this year, January 2019.
Okay.
I guess before that, my family moved to Florida 5.5 years ago, and we really didn't know anybody in the area. My wife and I were both working in a big corporate, big national bank, and I think it was snowing in April, and we were like, you know what, let's try something new. So we basically took a shot at it and uprooted everything and gave it a chance here in Sarasota, Florida. When we got here, we decided to kind of build a little brand through a little small community bank out of Ohio instead of working for a big corporate bank. And after years of building a brand with them, we decided at the beginning of this year to go out on our own and formed Braun Mortgage Group. So that's kind of how it all started. And basically what our focus is to provide a completely stress-free, fun home buying experience for everybody involved. So, real estate agents, home buyers, home sellers, everybody involved. We want them to have a great, enjoyable experience. And then, on our personal side, we built this brand around, being a positive impact in the community. We love to have fun, and we know that our time is limited on this planet, so we're really just focused on bringing that kind of essence to the business. And you mentioned about bread and butter. I mean, for us, what we do on the lending side, we're focused on, we do first-time home buyers, second home buyers, clients who need jumbo loans or even investment property loans. If you do FHA, VA, conventional, jumbo, even bank statements loans for, if you have self-employed people that maybe can't go qualified with traditional, bank state or
right.
tax returns, rather.
Yeah, right.
So, so I mean, basically, we're an independent mortgage broker, and then that gives us access to many different wholesale investors, and all these different banks are basically fighting for our business. So that means when we work with clients, they're getting the cheapest rates and the cheapest cost available today on the market, and then, focusing that with client happiness is the number one thing that we focus on. So our business is 100% referral based. So that means, if a happy customer can tell a friend and family member, that's what keeps our phone ringing. And, so we're really focused on just the overall awesome home buying experience.
And give me an example of, like, when you say a fun, stress-free process. Because no offense, like when I talk to a lot of our agents and when I train them, buying a home is like the second most important thing you'll do in your life, besides getting married and have children, right? So give me an example of, like, how do you make it fun and how do you make it stress-free?
Well, first of all, it's setting the proper expectations up front with all parties involved.
Okay.
Here's the timelines, here's what to expect, here's the cost, here's the rate, giving realistic timelines to everybody. And then number two is communicating through that process, because we look at it as, you're the real estate agent, you sell the home, you work hard to get us to that point in the process where we're in contract, and then you're basically then at that point trusting the lender, the mortgage broker, and say, hey, in 30 days from now, I'll see you at the closing, and I want this to be super smooth and easy, and through that process, communicate with me and let me know what's going on, good, bad, ugly, and different. So the communication is the other big, piece to that.
So expectation, setting the expectation, timetables, and under-promising, over-delivering, right? And then and also to communication, which is true. Like being on the other side of the fence as like a broker, all banks especially after the crash in 29, that, with the predatory lending and the fees, everyone's pretty comparable in rates and the fee structure is within reason. But the most important thing to me is communication and service.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
yeah.
We listen. We listen to what people want, and then we just create a process around that. So that seems to be the number one thing people are after is great communication.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. You had something else?
Well, I was just going to say, every client's different. So, for us, our phone rings and it might be someone that just graduated high school or college and they're ready to make their first home purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Or it might be a seasoned real estate investor that's buying their 10th investment property. It's going to be an income generation stream for them. So, being here in Florida, we see a lot of clients who actually move from up north and they don't know anybody here. So we pretty much help them find the perfect lending solution, and get them on the right path to homeownership. And, and everyone's situation is different. So you just never know what you're going to get on the other end of the line when the phone rings. And that's exciting for it,
Got it. Now we have a lot of listeners who are new in the business. That's why they just totally consume podcasts and YouTube videos about the business and how to grow their business. And I know you mentioned referral, but what would be some key tips that you can give someone who's new in the business?
Man, that is the question. I mean,
it's always the question, right? We'd all be rich and successful, right? If we knew that the silver bullet, right?
Yeah. So I mean, for us, we're focused on building a brand, your personal brand.
Okay.
And, building a business right here in our backyard. So I know a lot of mortgage lenders, a lot of companies out there like to lend all over the country, but my wife and I, when we built this from scratch, we were we feel most comfortable working with people that we see at the grocery store,
okay,
or at our kids' sporting events, things like that. So we're big believers in building a community, working in our community, and being a positive impact right here where we work and play.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Real Estate Real. Check us out on all the major podcast platforms, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Like us on our fan page on Facebook at Real Estate Real, and let everyone know that this is the best podcast in America.